bro.
My confusing pick is it'll lead us into our conversation. Is Dylan Gabriel.
What you confused about?
Because it's just like we all saw the writing on the wall.
We saw what they was doing, bro.
We saw what they were like.
They told themselves. They told themselves, bro.
We all saw what was happening. And so to me, first off, if I'm gonna get a quarterback, I'm sorry, it's not gonna be Dylan Gabriel.
Out of all,
like,
and I like Dylan Gabriel, bro.
But just not right. Like to me, Dylan Gabriel was one of those, hey, 6th round flyers, hey, 6th round, 5th round, something like that. Hey, look, maybe not where they got him. I'm not getting Dylan Gabriel that early because guess what? I don't think anybody else was getting him. And again, hey, go get your guy. But to me, if you are going to get your guy, you don't need if that's what the case, you wouldn't have needed to go get a Shedeur.
Bro.
And so my eyes, that's what makes it so confusing is because like, yeah, you about to go in and you about to have a legit open competition for quarterback.
Are they?
But I just don't like. I'm sorry. I think they will now that he's on the roster.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because also I don't think with what they have, I think Dylan Gabriel ain't ready. I think who knows? Both of them might not be ready, but I think you'll be able to get by a little bit better with Shedeur. And again, I'm not that high on Shedeur either.
It's not about
I just think he's in the building now, and I think if they had a point that they wanted to get across, I think they got their point across. And also, I think everything else that they did in the draft, I was like, damn, this is a pretty solid draft. Like y'all are doing pretty damn good in the draft. And so to me, that's what made it so confusing. It's like, yo, y'all are smoking this.
That's when we knew.
And then it was like,
no, that's when we knew. Yeah. We knew it was something other. It was something bigger than Nino Brown at this point. Yeah. Like you say, that's when we knew. We were like, okay, bro. Like, we get it. We got it. You passed up on them. You know what I'm saying? People that traded up on you, passed up on them again. You ain't got Quinn Junkies. You did all that. We get it.
And like how many times did we go through each team and we were like, all right, if the Browns don't get him, hey, the Steelers, what y'all about to do? Oh, the Steelers pass on him. Okay, the Saints got to do. Oh, the Saints. Oh, the Browns just traded up again. Oh, this got to be it. What? And so it just kind of kept going like that. And the next thing you know, it's like Dylan Gabriel.
And I was just like once the Saints got Tyler Shuck, like we knew what type of time they was on. We was like, okay,
for sure.
But the thing about Tyler Shuck is he don't stop them from getting Nussmeier next year. So it's like I don't even care about like what they did about it. It was it stupid? Yes, makes no sense. Once the Steelers kept passing on him, that was confusing as well. But every time that they passed on him, they did get a player that it was like, you know what? I do understand why you like Caleb Johnson. It was like, yeah, I get why you ain't got Caleb Johnson at that point because once again, we thought he was a 2nd round pick. Exactly. He fits the system. I get it. But once, like you said, when it came down to that pick, the Dylan Gabriel pick for the Browns, it was like, bro, y'all already proved y'all point. Y'all humbled him. He failed in the draft. He already embarrassed. Get it. Y'all should have just got Shedeur right then and there and let the game stop right then and there. But or you had a point to prove. You kept trying to prove this point, whatever point you were trying to prove. Exactly. And then the owner, I don't have no inside information, but I believe the owner stepped in and was like, hey, look, bro, what are we doing? Yeah. At this point, because you end up getting Dylan Sampson before. Like you did another pick before you got him. I mean, I get it. Once you got Dylan Gabriel, it was like, what's the point of getting Shedeur now? But it got to the point, it's like, bro, what are we doing? Even when they did the selection, they weren't even hyped. So we can tell you that y'all didn't want him in the building at all. But it was clearly that y'all didn't want. Y'all could have did anything other than Dylan Gabriel, and I think people would have rationalized it. And they might not have understood it, but they would have rationalized it. But the point that when they got Dylan Gabriel, that's when we knew, oh, the fix is in. The call was made. The button was pushed.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, I'm sorry, like even just some of the things where it's just like the measurables. a 5'11" quarterback going in round 3 who ain't like, an all-timer like Kyler or something like that. It's like,
bro, the deficiency that they said that Shedeur had, and then you go to
and then
you go
get
draft
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel. Like, come on, son. Don't tell me about a strong arm or lack of a strong arm strength, and then Dylan Gabriel was the one. Don't tell me about height and poise in the pocket and all that, and then Dylan Gabriel was the pick. Don't tell me all that. I get it. He had a good interview. Okay, cool. He's not confident or arrogant or whatever. But don't tell me about these deficiencies that Shedeur got. And you turn around and you draft
Dylan Gabriel.
Like come on, bro. Like
that's the thing where I'm like, all right, guys, like you don't have to do this. We understand. And I will say, like, some of these reports, I hate to kind of side with it, but some of it I think it tracks. I think some of it, because like we kind of hear it, like we heard it, and unfortunately, I think he has a lot of his father in him, and I think like we said this when he was doing that stuff on Twitter, and like we were saying like, hey, yo, dog, like this gonna come back and bite you. Your dad could do that because he was somebody that people couldn't pass up on. And so it's a little bit different when you're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Don't go into these meetings and being like your dad, like, what pick you got? Oh, I ain't gonna be around for that. It's a little bit different, dog. It's a little bit different because, again, I think you had too many chinks in your armor where they could do this to you. Like you weren't coming in like a Trevor Lawrence or Andrew Luck, where they like, this is one of the best prospects we've seen in how many years. Like shit, it wasn't even Joe Burrow, coming off of an all-time great season. Yes, he don't have the strongest arm, but it's like you just broke damn near every record, had one of the greatest seasons that we've seen from a quarterback, and your precision, accuracy, and all of that stuff, and we see that he was one game over 500 at Colorado. You weren't even one of the best players there, and you were doing a lot of things that were rubbing people the wrong way. So again, you opening yourself up for a lot of this, and I'm not saying like it to this extent was warranted, but what I am saying is you put yourself in this position for them to do this to you.
You said it perfect, bro. You put yourself in position for them to do this to you. And that's the part that I think that people are not really understanding or don't want to grasp that part. Like I said, I get it. Like you said, we want to ride for our guys, and I get it. Like you said, we're rooting for him. Like I said, I'm not hating on the guy at all. Like I said, I hope he has the most success that he possibly can have. Like I said, I have no
Bengals.
I have no ill will towards him as well. But like you said, you gave them a reason to do this. You know what I'm saying? And they made sure to prove who's in charge. They showed that. You know what I'm saying? So
and one more thing, it's like I understand people bring up Baker and people bring up Johnny Manziel and people bring up some of these other quarterbacks that are confident. I have no issue with Shedeur being confident. I have no issue with Shedeur being arrogant. I have no issue with Shedeur being brash and rubbing people the wrong way. But when you but when you need other people, you need to know, like, you need to know when to code switch. That is a big part of the game. And you, like, to me, you ain't like you can still be you, but also go into these meetings as if this is the most important meeting of your life. Because guess what? If you actually kind of want to, stand on your own and kind of start building your own, you do need to impress these people. And again, you aren't the perfect prospect, so you can't just say, oh, I did enough to impress y'all on the field. And I think that's one of the things where I think he didn't like. He either didn't fully grasp it, or he was ignorant to the fact that you still need to like complete that process. And so, not showing up to the combine, not doing some of these other things, and also rubbing people the wrong way, it opens you up for a lot of this.
Like you brought up Baker. Like you said, Baker had some of the same attitude stuff that they deem Shedeur to have. But I can guarantee that when it came to these interviews, Baker treated these interviews like a real interview. Like he didn't show up in the interview like grabbing his nuts, like, hey, bro, what you know what I'm saying? Like he was professional. Let's say
and he was probably going in there doing I'm gonna come in and be the hardest worker, this and that, and giving that like the motivational.
I'm a hard worker. That's how I got it.
And talking as if he had the chip on his shoulder, coming in saying I was a walk-on and I went to a Heisman winner and stuff like that. And that's the thing where it's like you can have that arrogance and do all of those things. And I think Shedeur, you're like, I hate to say it, I kind of already said it, but it's just like you're talking as if you're Dion and you're not.
But
I love you, dog, but you're not.
But let's go back to the situation is we are not privy to these interviews. We don't know what these reports are to. These could be bold-faced lies.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because now they're trying to spin the press conference that he had at the combine. They're trying to spin that as a negative.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that. That's to me, because to me that was confidence.
Exactly.
That's the confidence that I'm saying. But I'll make it.
He wasn't in the interview the same way. Like I said, that's football, bro. Like
for sure.
And that's what you wanted.
For sure.
So that's what you wanted your quarterback position. So let's not make it seem like these guys are just telling the truth. These could be bold-faced lies. They could be colluding as well. And it could be, it's so easy to get on this path and be like, you know what? Yeah, he was in the interviews wilding and dictating what he was going to do and where he was going to go. He was like, the Saints, y'all got the 9th pick, bro. I ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? You could say that. You can report that, and it's easier to believe it because we already think that he's an arrogant, cocky anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I do want to give him that bail. It's like we really don't know.
Yes, we don't know. But like some of the stuff, it kind of was just like it's very plausible. And again, I ain't trying to like, kick Shedeur while he's down or anything like that. But like the report that, when he was in his meeting and how he was talking with Brian Daboll, and then Brian Daboll asked him about certain installs and he wasn't prepared for it. Like,
I don't believe it.
But all I'm about to say is, if this is when I say you need to treat these things with the utmost urgency. That's what I'm saying. Because like,
I don't believe that one second.
Hold on, wait, let me finish. And so the only reason why I'm saying that is because like whether it's true or false, the thing about it is we've seen throughout the entire process and the entire season, the Giants were always around Shedeur. And that's why it was so kind of like rumored for so long that the Giants are really in play here. And even when the Giants traded back into the first round, it's like, this is where Shedeur goes. Never mind, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I mean, where it's just like, I hope that now that you have your team, this is where I'm about to take it, is now that I hope you are on your team, you have your shot, you understand what you need to do, the chip that you have on your shoulder now, use it as motivation, and also understand what you need to do to be able to continue being a leader for your team and put yourself in the best position to not only win a starting job, but be the winner for the Cleveland Browns, except when you play the Cincinnati Bengals.
I didn't want to cut you off, and what you just said was definitely elegant and needed to be said. But let's go back to the Giants for a little bit.
For sure.
Brian Daboll and Joe Shane were the team that paid Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Over Saquon. Off one season.
Exactly.
Don't tell me about their evaluation when it comes to the quarterback. And
I'm not doing that at all.
No. Because what I'm saying is he knew what to say. He said, Jackson Dart reminds him of Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he reminds you of Josh Allen. I mean, the same thing that you said about Daniel Jones.
Yep.
That reminded you of Josh Allen as well. So you
Mm-hmm.
knew what to say to try to get people to try to grasp what you really was going on. And like once again, I'm not really mad at Jackson Dart. Hey, you can see Josh Allen and I don't see it, but you can see some of Josh Allen in Jackson Dart, Brian Daboll. Cool, but don't sit here at the same time and try to try to disrespect to say to prop up your guy.
Right.
Because it really is really not correlated. Because let's not make it seem like what I'm saying. Like I get it. I champion. And I said they need an extension. They need to work with what they got going on. Y'all the same dudes that bet on Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, and that's why y'all. That's one of the reasons why
that's
y'all
why y'all in this position.
In the position you at now.
You know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me that the style of quarterback that Stefanski have had success with, you didn't fall in love with Shedeur?
And again, that's one of the reasons why I say when someone asked me earlier about how I feel about Shedeur going to Cleveland, I said it's the worst place that he can go, but the best fit that he could be in. Because I think he fits better in Cleveland almost than anywhere else. I think he fits there better than even Pittsburgh and New Orleans. The only other place I could think maybe would have been Las Vegas, to be quite honest. But to me, with the needs and the teams that were available, I think him going to Cleveland was his best bet because, again, I don't think that, even though I think the Rams are the 49ers actually should have taken a look at him, I think with those teams that actually, realistic, I guess, I think Cleveland was the best fit because of Stefanski there. And, like I said, we know the Cleveland Browns track record. That's why I say it was the worst place, but the best fit in a sense, kind of just like tongue in cheek, saying like, their quarterbacks always fail.
Yeah.
But I think it is the best fit, especially with the draft that they had.
Because you got that two-headed monster at running back. Come
Bro,
on,
hand the ball off and throw some quick ends and smoke screens to Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku.
Let me see. Oh, my fault. Anyone that actually watched the Giants that year understood it was all Saquon making Danny Downs look like a legitimate NFL quarterback. You just made a great point regarding. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate some acknowledgement. We appreciate you, Brian. Shout out to our guy Brian.
You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, I just wanted to tell you did say that you think Shedeur is the best quarterback in the quarterback room right now in Cleveland, and he's going to start. Are you really sure about that? And the reason why I said that because Joe Flacco was the one that got him to the playoffs, was the fan favorite, and they brought Joe Flacco.
He was back. Ass.
I didn't. People forget that
Joe Flacco was ass.
People forget if it's a genuine, legitimate quarterback competition, then I believe Shedeur is definitely going to win this quarterback competition because this system fits him perfectly.
Yes.
But if the politics is going to be involved, we got to remember he is a 5th round pick. Joe Flacco was a fan favorite and got them to the playoff. Despite how he played, he fixed that season, got him to the playoff. He is going to get the opportunity to start.
If it's not like if Shedeur is working from behind the 8 ball, Kenny Pickett will start the season.
Kenny Pickett should be the only one mad today.
Yeah, I think if it's gonna be like that, Kenny Pickett will start the season because I'm sorry. Say what you want, Dylan Gabriel. I think Dylan Gabriel might be practice squad.
Listen, you're not practice squad in your 3rd round pick. So off bare minimum alone, even if he is god awful.
Okay, so Joe Flacco going back home. How about that? Joe Flacco is going to the couch.
No, he's not. It's
bro.
Kenny
He's
Pickett,
ass, bro.
Kenny Pickett is the one that got the short end of this stick, and he possibly is going to be traded.
Kenny Pickett gonna start. Watch.
Kenny Pickett should be Kenny Pickett should be traded to the Saints at any minute now.
100%.
Yeah. Come on now. Come on. You know what we do. You know what we do. You know what we do. Bro, because off logistics alone, they still got Deshaun Watson nasty. He's not playing, we know that, but he's still over there. You know what I'm saying?
This is another reason why they should have cut Deshaun Watson.
Just get it out. Get it.
Loss, bro. Why did you
Joe
do that?
Flacco, I'm telling you, Joe Flacco is a fan favorite, bro.
Joe Flacco going to be a fan favorite. Okay, you know what? I'll roll with you. Joe Flacco is going to start, and then he going to throw 7 interceptions in the first 2 games.
And who's going to come in and save the day?
The Pickmaster, Kenny Pickett.
Hey, y'all can catch us on all major podcast platform. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. About to end up watching the rest of the playoffs. We would definitely it's going to be heavy playoff talks in the next episode. So y'all get it with us. We will be in the group. We want to hear y'all winners and losers, or just talk about your team in general, how y'all like